I was just curious, what in your perfect world, what role would the Greek Economic Forum serve? I think we've all been trying to get our minds.
Well, I lost you there. Repeat the last sentence, please. I'm sorry.
Sure, no problem. I was saying that in a perfect world, if you could paint the perfect picture for the role that the Greek Economic Forum would play, what would that role be? All of us have been trying to get our minds around that very question, and I don't know if there's an immediate answer, but what's your best thought as of this moment that the role?
Yeah, actually, thank you. This is a great question. I do have some thoughts on that. In fact, this is related to both my academic research and also practical pilots like the innovation Odysseus I mentioned. In our research, what we've been doing is we've been looking at ways and means to model and quantify the value added of networks, and that means all kinds of networks. There's a lot of interesting stuff, of course, that's been going on for some time at MIT, for that matter. But I'm a graduate of Rensselaer, the MIT on the Hudson, if I can say that. So this is a theme that we consider very important. And at the heart of it are two concepts, and we call them strategic knowledge, serendipity, and strategic knowledge arbitrage. Basically, who you're connected with, how you're connected with them. And Professor Christakis, I believe at Harvard, has written about things of that kind and related concepts. How you're connected, who you're connected, and how you share knowledge and speed and acceleration effects of that kind make a big difference in the end, and they accumulate. So the Greek Economic Forum, and this is actually part of discussions I've been having already with the team, the founding team, how to focus on specific modalities that would enable the forum to bridge critical gaps. Of course, any and all such activities matter, but in my mind, focus is of the essence, and you shouldn't and couldn't be doing anything and everything. You should be really very strategic and selective in what you focus on. Where you choose to focus on then would really be helped. And a context and example, perhaps I'm biased, but I really feel that entrepreneurial and innovation activities could and should benefit from this. Is a case in point, perhaps, or an example. So the idea is, if you're really connected with the right people, the Route 128 hub and then the Silicon Valley hub and other such hubs around the US really are products of the right kind of connectedness, and Saxenian and others have written about this in the past. So I think we're not reinventing the wheel, but it's really about applying the right twists to it to in effect, do what I call or move from what is, in my mind, the primary peril and challenge right now, medium to long term for Greece, which is the dilution and in fact, evaporation of those who know and who can, and who are also young enough, because these can lead, and they do. My issue or my challenge and my mission is to figure out ways that I can help these people stay in Greece by getting out of Greece and doing this kind of local, if you wish, entrepreneurial activity. Google has written about the local startups. So this is the theme, and the heart of it, or the message, is to move from global, from brain drain to brain gain, actually, by not only in connecting and empowering the people, let's say within Greece, to operate and enterprise around the world, but also connect others with them in this manner. So this, to me, is very important. Now, there are three main dimensions, and to close the long answer here, but I think it's important, and it's a great question again. There are three main dimensions along which people of the Greek root or descent have been active and excelling through the ages, in fact. One is, of course, the cultural dimension. The second is the shipping, and the third is the intellectual academic. I think establishing, again, in a very selective, strategic manner, bridges across these three pillars, leveraging them in the right way might actually be a very powerful multiplier factor in effect. So I hope I answered somewhat your question.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Koreanis. Any other questions? Okay.
Let me follow up with one more comment on this and following that question. To the extent that you can figure out from what has happened this week, to take stock and derive some lessons as to what are the areas and themes that you should be focusing on, and to come back to my early comments about the ideas that were submitted, to the extent that these ideas can become in the future more complete proposals, and we can perhaps leveraging things like crowdsourcing and crowdfunding modalities, we can actually connect them with the resources to make them happen. And to the extent that they appear to be real success stories with tangible impact, that could be a very powerful lever for the Greek Economic Forum.
Indeed, Dr. Koreanis. Thank you really much for your time and your comments and your insights.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there, and as I've already suggested, I'll be happy to help organize such an event in the future in Washington.
Thank you very much for the proposal. I will follow it.
Well, it stands, and I wish everybody the best. Thank you, and I thank everybody for the time and energy. Greece needs us, and we need to make sure that it remains the powerful, meaningful country that it is.
Thank you very much, Dr. Koreanis. Bye-bye.
Hello?
Oh, you can hear. Mr. Kodobouros, you can hear. Can you hear?
Μα ακούτε?
Ναι. Σας περιμέναμε για να κλείσουμε.
Okay. Did you hear anything?
All of your speech. Well,
All right, therefore, it's closed now. It's finished.
You're the ones who close the forum, President. You're closing the forum.
Last remark.
Μας ακούτε?
Ναι, σας ακούω. Okay.
Με τη δήλωσή σας θα κλείσουμε το forum.
Okay. My question is, did you hear me of this 5 minutes or not?
yes, we hear you clearly.
Okay.
Now, closing the event with your final remark.
Good luck to you and to everybody.
Bravo!
Thank you very much. See you next week.
Καλό βράδυ, πρόεδρε. Καλό από Δευτέρα.
Thank you very much for the information.
Αλλά έχω μια ερώτηση, αφού μίλησες εσύ τώρα, ο πρόεδρος έχετε γραφειοκρατία, αυτού παρόντος πας εκεί παυσάτο. Έτσι πάει. Αυτό δεν είναι μόνο το
Πρόεδρος είναι μεγάλος mentor γι' αυτό.
Άνθρωποι στο 84 έχει ιδέες που οι 20 δεν έχουν, είναι το μεγαλύτερο σχολείο ever.
I think it's time to closing the event here and follow to the closing reception to the Consulate General of Greece, Boston. So please, all of you follow us. Thank you very much for your attendance, your insights, your ideas, and everything that we can help you here.
Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ.
Την επόμενη